Hi everyone, it's Alexander Dunlop, and this is the live weekly wisdom call. As you can see, I'm not at home. I'm up in Harlem, and I was not able to get back home in time to do this video, so I thought I would do it out on the street anyway. I'm up in Manhattanville, 142nd Street. My daughter has a scholarship to a dancing program up here for the summer, so she's in a dance camp, and I was dropping her off, and here I am in Harlem, and so I'm doing the weekly wisdom call from here. Hope you all can hear me well enough. I've got my headphones in. This week we're playing the Ace of Diamonds. I don't have a deck of cards to show you the Ace of Diamonds. I've got the Manhattanville coffee shop behind me. But appropriately enough, if you know these cards, you know the Ace of Diamonds is the beginning of something new. And, well, this is definitely a new way for me to do my weekly wisdom calls. So maybe this is the start of something new. Maybe I'll do them on the road and change them up every week. Who knows? I'm not sure. But definitely this week is new. We've got some work being done in our kitchen, so I actually couldn't go home even if I could have gotten home in time, because we have workmen in our kitchen. There's been a leak and in the wall down to the basement, so the workers have to get in through our kitchen wall to address the leak, and so they're banging away in our apartment. So I'm out on the street here doing my weekly wisdom call. And again, we're playing the Ace of Diamonds this week in the Book of Life. So something new begins. And as is very appropriate, I am doing these videos in a whole new way. Or I'm doing this video in a whole new way because of the situation, because of the circumstances. So it's forcing me to change how I'm doing this call, to initiate a whole new way of doing it. So here we are. The Book of Life is correct. It never lies. Something new begins this week in your life. A new way of bringing something forth that you value. Right? I value doing these calls, so now I'm doing them in a new way. At least today. And that's what happens in this week. Something important that we really value, we do it in a new way. We bring it forth in a new way. So I encourage you to reflect on what it is you really value in your life, what really matters to you, and then see how you may need to bring it forth in a new way this week. How you might need to initiate something new in your life. All right, and in this case, I'm initiating a new way of doing this video. But it could also be initiating something brand new. So, for me personally, I'm reflecting on what it is that I value, what really matters to me, and how can I initiate it and bring it forth in a whole new way this week. Because that's the Ace of Diamonds. Bringing forth something brand new in a whole new way. So that's the reflection. That's the energy that's present in the quantum field this week. That's like the quantum weather report. What can you bring forth new in your life? Something that you really value. Could be your relationship. Initiating the way that you approach your relationship in a whole new way. Could be your business. Initiating a new business, or initiating a new business venture, initiating a new business idea. It could be in the realm of politics or community service, initiating something new. That's what's in play this week. And what can happen is we might feel insecure, like we don't have what it takes to do this new thing in a new way. I know I felt nervous doing this call this way, because I'm out on the street. It's not a controlled environment. I'm not even sure if you can hear me well enough. I'm doing it on my phone as opposed to on my computer. So I'm taking a risk to do this in a new way. And that's what could block us this week if we don't take the risk to do it in a new way. If we try to play it safe, try to do the usual, the old, then we will get blocked. We won't even do it. Like if I allowed my fears to block me, I wouldn't have even gotten out on the street to do this call, right? I would have allowed my fears and insecurities to stop me from initiating this call in a whole new way. So that's what might block you. You might get blocked by your own insecurities and fears about doing it in a new way, bringing forth something new. You may think that it's not going to work, or you don't have what it takes to master it. Right? Because the ace energy, and again, we're playing the Ace of Diamonds this week, the ace energy is the energy of mastery. And we may fear that we don't have what it takes to master the new task or the new initiative. And so because we fear we don't have the mastery, then we don't do it at all. Right? It's all or nothing. If we feel like we can't master it, then we might not do it at all. And we procrastinate. But meanwhile, we have this strong yearning and ambition to do something, but then we don't do it, and so it eats us up inside. So this is the challenge with the Ace of Diamonds present. You may feel this yearning to initiate something new in your life, but because you think you can't master it, you don't do it, and then it eats you up inside. Right? So that's the real challenge this week, is to recognize that you already have the mastery. You already have what it takes to initiate what it is you want in your life. And the proof will only come when you actually do it. So that's the catch-22. You won't realize your mastery until you're actually doing it. Right? In the process of doing it, you will realize and recognize your mastery. But only when you're doing it, not before. It's like the expression in Christian theology, and I was an evangelical minister for a time, and I studied in Roman Catholic seminary for 2 years as well. There's this old idea in Christianity that God shows up right on time, not before. So that's the same idea that I'm describing for you. You will recognize and realize your mastery right on time and not before. Only when you're actually doing it, actually expressing the new thing in your life that you want to bring forth, that's when you'll realize, oh wow, actually I'm doing it. I'm not sinking as I feared, I'm actually floating. I'm not failing as I feared, I'm actually succeeding. But that recognition will only come in the actual act of doing it. So that's what I encourage you to do this week, is to actually do the new thing that you want to do. Initiate it. You'll recognize your mastery as you're doing it. And again, that's what's at stake this week in the Ace of Diamonds week. Initiating something new in your life that you really value, and finding that you have the mastery to do it as you do it. So it's a week of recognizing your own mastery and acknowledging your own mastery. And that means giving yourself credit, because you might be being way too hard on yourself, judging yourself by an impossible standard. It's giving yourself credit for the ways in which you are already mastering what's important to you. And of course we can all grow and evolve, but there is a way in which you are already mastering what you value in your life. There's a mastery that's already present. So the invitation is to acknowledge and recognize the mastery that is already present for you. And that might mean taking a deep breath and pausing for a moment. Maybe even literally giving yourself a pat on the back or a pat on the heart. Acknowledging a job well done. Because that energy of self-acknowledgement, that is self-perpetuating as well. That's how we build on our mastery. That's the foundation of mastery, is in that recognition and self-acknowledgement of a job well done. A+. And I'm going to give myself an A+ for this call being done out on the street in Harlem instead of at my desk with the computer and lights. All right, I'm out on the street initiating something new. I'm going to give myself an A+ for this call. In what way can you give yourself an A+ in your life for the things that you're doing? Acknowledge and validate yourself. That's important this week. And it's a beautiful day out here, standing on this beautiful corner with a park behind me. Good job. Well done, me. And as always, I wish you good luck playing the game of your life. May you find and acknowledge your mastery this week.